Story time.
Hey everybody, there's a popular saying that's been out since the 80s, just say no to drugs. We're going to be talking about today, we're talking about natural childbirth, but we're going to start with a 5-minute story to kick off the best hour of your day. Are you ready for the story, Laquita Marie?
I am ready, and whoop whoop, according to Sean Claude Gieber, Sean is, I'm not even going to mess up your last name, Sean. I just know Sean is ready, and TWP Popcorn is like, what's poppin'?
Hey.
So, yes, we are ready for the 5-minute story time. Let's go. Because, we got an amazing guest. I'm not going to give away the secrets yet. Let's just go.
All right, this 5-minute story time. So we're talking about natural childbirth. We're going to talk about the champion sitting next to me of natural childbirth. 3-time heavyweight natural childbirth, no drugs at all. Laquita Marie.
I think I said that wrong.
But the childbirth did not come without challenges, especially the first child. You see, there have been times where we often joke that there might be a time where I, Corey the blind guy, who has not been able to see for 25 years, might just have to drive. Now, if you look on our channel, you'll see me driving the truck.
We do have driving videos. Yes, you are driving.
Having conversations.
While blind.
While I cannot see.
Your eyes don't work.
But there was a time when it became very much a reality that I would have to drive. It all started on November the 5th, right around in 2006, right around 10:50, 11 o'clock. Laquita was lying in the bed.
Wait. You trying to give our oldest daughter's birthday, or are you just making up a number?
I'm just making up a number.
Oh, okay.
Now, that's when it started.
Wait, but you mean the day before she was born, or no?
The labor that night started.
When is her birthday?
November 6th. You went into labor on November the 5th.
Her birthday is November 9th.
Oh, shoot.
All right. See what I'm saying? Story time, y'all. Story time.
And reboot. Woo,
I was there. Trust me. I know. Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you something.
Right.
Bravo with SheéLee, ladies. Let's chat. You have daughters. You know when you had them, when you went into the labor. My Renaissance grandma. I hear you talk about your daughter. Gail at night.
We didn't have a 4-day labor.
Gail at night. You got a daughter. You know when you went into labor. You know your baby girl's birthday. Thank you, Gail at night, for reminding people to be sure to click the like button. If you're enjoying this story time, and we even got people watching from Nigeria, Corey. Bracket reviews.
Hey.
Mateo, good to see you. Oh, I like your video that you dropped this morning. All right, Corey.
Reset.
Because Bravo with SheéLee is saying, absolutely, she knows. It's like she knows when she had her daughters. And thank you. I look, girl, I won't question it myself. I was trying not to make it look bad on camera, but
I look completely bad. I always do that. It's the 06, the 09. It's because it's 11:09.
Well, don't get her old. You know what? Just give us the story, Corey.
Anyway, here we go. So it all started the night before she was born.
This is a 5-minute story time, y'all. So we got to make it quick. We only got 2 minutes left.
Laquita started to experience labor pain.
We got a doula in the background. She wants us to say no to drugs, like I did.
And she gave me those. She said, "Corey, I think it's time." This is our first child. Didn't really have a clue as how this was going to shake down. But normally they say the first birth is the slowest birth. Not with Laquita Marie.
I knew.
Who was dancing and moving and walking and working the whole time she was pregnant, and stayed in great shape to keep her body ready for delivery. When the first contraction hit, it was really pretty normal, but what got abnormal real quick was that the midwife said, well, call me back and start making your way to the hospital when the contractions are 10 minutes apart.
Oof. And it was late at night, and she thought it would be a long delivery, but I had already set my intentions. I was like, nah, we're going to get this done.
So I thought I just might have to drive. There was no shape to drive.
Danique Anthony, Corey can't see. Over there in Jamaica, the rules are the same. You can't drive if you cannot see, you cannot drive in Jamaica. Same thing here in the States.
11 o'clock.
I was not doing the worm while I was pregnant, but I had an opportunity to on the set in New York City, but I was too. Let me get back to the story, Corey. Gail is messing me up.
11 o'clock at night, we had already set arrangements with a friend of ours to get us to the hospital should Laquita go into labor.
Yep.
I picked up the phone. Ring, ring, ring. No answer. I picked up the phone again. Ring, ring, ring. No answer. I called a couple of other people in our network. Ring, ring, ring. No answer. I even called a cab company. It'll be about 20 minutes before we can get to you. Not happening. I just might have to drive. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out how we're going to do this left, right, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. How are we going to manage to get down the street in the car with Laquita between contractions telling me where to go?
Yeah, because I can say turn left, turn right. And Corey's pretty good with that. Y'all seen that on our channel in our driving videos. So wrap it up. How'd it happen?
Just as I was convincing myself that we're going to have to call the ambulance because there's no way that I can drive, our friend who was the number one on our list called. She said, I'll be there within 5 minutes. Sure enough, she pulled up into the yard. Laquita was able to walk out. We got in her car, drove to the hospital, and that very next morning, in the wee hours of the morning,
around 1:26 a.m.,
a bouncing baby girl was born, and Laquita did it all, saying say no to drugs. But she did ask for a mirror. She wanted to see herself in the mirror.
Now we're going to ask the doula. We're about to bring her in because our guest today is a doula, and she'll explain the importance of the mirror. Every time I say get a mirror for childbirth, you need to see your progress. People think I'm crazy. We need to hear this from the professionals. So
Laquita was trying to check her hair, y'all. That's what she was actually doing. Hair and her makeup. She wanted to look cute for the new baby.
I did have a doula for that birth. It did help with sciatic nerve pain. She was able to massage and do all these good things. Let's bring in our guest for today so we can get her input on this story. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, SheéLee. The name of your business is Rock That Birth. And we want to talk to you today about how women can say no to drugs and experience a wonderful natural childbirth for the healthy baby they and their spouse or their partners want. But you're not the type of person that says, as a certified doula or certified childbirth educator, you're not telling people
to do what I did,
not ever take medication, right?
Clearly, there is a place and a time for interventions and medications that can certainly be life-saving. But women should definitely understand the risk that medications can have to themselves, to their labor, to their baby, and the breastfeeding process before they make those decisions.
You know what, Nick? This is one reason why I chose to say no to drugs, because my Renaissance grandma, she's older. And so I don't know when she had her daughter or children if they had the option to say no to drugs, because I know for my mom and Corey's mom, it was sort of like the norm. They just kind of were like, here, we're going to knock you out or whatever. But Healthy G Mom is the reason why I said no to drugs, because I was like, now Healthy G Mom is in California. She's a really healthy person. But I just knew that, okay, if I take the drugs, it'll slow things down. My older sisters had babies without taking medication. So that, kind of helped me to say no to drugs. So what do you say as far as speeding up the birth? I just know I wanted it to be over kind of quickly. Does it really make a difference? The drugs, do they slow it down, or is it just depend on the person?
Well, there are epidurals and there are also IV drugs, and people do need to understand that both of them can contain narcotics. So epidurals, they contain a numbing agent, also an opioid drug like fentanyl. And then there's the IV meds. Usually when we introduce opioids into the system while we're in labor, it does have the potential to slow labor down. And so then sometimes other medications are used to speed up that process. Now, women having had pain meds don't necessarily feel the effects of those stronger contractions by that medication called Pitocin, but the babies can feel it. And that often can cause issues with their heart tones, leading to other interventions. So it kind of just puts us on a cascade of interventions that we might want to avoid if we're trying to have drug-free babies. And it is possible to have drug-free labor. I think most people are afraid. There's a lot of fear that goes into childbirth. Certainly the stories we grew up with, the shows that we watched, go into our own perceptions, right? So you had somebody in your life that was influential that talked about natural childbirth, so that just became something that was normal and desirable to you. It was the same way for me. My mom talked about eating carrots when my eyes were developing and having really healthy nutrition during her pregnancy. And she went on to have a natural childbirth and breastfed as well. So for me, that was just something that I gravitated towards. I wasn't afraid. But we do need to work on, why do we have these fears? Are they really ours, or do they come from outside of us? And how can we have a labor that is tolerable? How can we manage our discomfort so that we won't want the drugs?
Right? That's kind of what my Renaissance grandma was talking about, because I was like, when you had your daughter, I don't know what they were pushing back then. And she said she had her naturally. They begged her to get drugs and she said no, which is probably why she didn't have any more, because once her fears were realized, she was like, whoo. Now, on the other hand, Yoga with Goga, he's in Kenya. He is an amazing...
Yoga with Goga, you got a childbirth story.
No. Here's what I'm trying to say about Yoga with Goga. Yoga with Goga will show you where it hurts, right? He's helping you do your splits. He's helping you just get through different positions that you might not be used to, right? And so, of course, he's somebody that helps you to realize your fears. The amazing M&G, on the other hand, she's in Jamaica. I'm not sure how she had her children, but she does have daughters, a granddaughter, and I know they have a lot of good things as far as food and resources. Now, here's the thing. Yoga with Goga is loving you. But I noticed in the description, in the ticker here, there are so many numbers and letters behind your name. Tell us a little bit about your accreditation, because of course they're in the video description, and I know we have our moderators dropping them into the chat as well. Gail is in and out. She's one of our favorite moderators. As you see, she's definitely dropped in, different places to reach you. If people don't go over to the description. But explain to us, because you're so knowledgeable and this is so easy for you to answer these questions. Explain to us some of the accreditation, because look, the amazing M&G is interested. So let's go for it. Tell us about those accreditations.
Well, I am a certified doula and I'm a certified childbirth educator. I've been doing this for about 10 years now. And I have 3 daughters that I did birth naturally. The first one was at a hospital with nurse midwives, and the other 2 I did at home. I did take I got certified through the Bradley Method of natural childbirth. So my classes that I teach are focused on natural childbirth. That is my expertise. As a doula, of course, I do help women that, are planning a surgical birth or an induction or medicated birth as well, because everybody does need support. I went through a very long weekend, free 4-day training in New York with the creators of the Bradley Method. And then I had a lot of book work and exams, and I had to teach practice classes, and a very long process that took me a couple years to finish totally. And I stay up to date on research. I've taken a lot of additional classes, spinning babies, and go to birth conferences. I'm always reading articles and the new research so that I understand the new information that's out there, because we really want to base what we teach people on evidence, right? So that people can have all of the facts. I'm a huge believer in knowledge is power. And even though sometimes we learn some information that might be scary to us, right? Like, oh my gosh, the hospital could do A, B, and C, or birth could turn out A, B, or C. But when we learn this information, if we can get over that hurdle, usually we have an awakening, right? And we feel a little bit more in control of a situation that is not very controllable, because birth is quite unpredictable.
You know what Healthy G Mom is saying? So true. And she's saying also knowledge is power. So it's really good to have that information. Now, David Hunt, he's one of our moderators. He has 2 children. I've attended 2 births and I didn't need any epidurals. He's feeling blessed.
Good job, David.
I know, right? So this is the thing. Everybody's excited for this information. You're about to help us in just a moment with our first place pony.
You guys stick and stay, because SheéLee's going to be talking about the benefits of a good diet for prenatal and postnatal care. She's going to be talking about how people can double their dollars and the benefits of having a doula or certified childbirth educator.
Because you're not doing this for free, right?
No, I do earn a living at this, yes.
And then we also going to be talking about influential fathers, the role of fathers in the husband coach childbirth process.
Now, David Hunt is a father. He's put in hashtag the home team. Y'all continue to do that, please. Thank you.
So SheéLee, we thank you, because another question that I know a lot of people, not something my mom brought up about me. For those of you that don't know, we said it several times. I'm blind, I'm vision impaired, I cannot see. I lost my sight completely when I was 19 years old. And my mom for a long time carried a lot of guilt about me losing my sight. And she explained to me that she really thought it might have been because she allowed the use of forceps when I was when I was born. So LaQueen and I went into our children's birth knowing that that's definitely something that we didn't want to do. So how do tools? I know medical tools are designed to help, but is there something else that you would recommend? That
Yeah,
people be
because I know
aware of?
you're a doula, and Alexis Curtin is saying, love it so much. This information is so needed. My doula is amazing. So, so yes, and speak to that. I know Healthy G Mom is saying, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. David Hunt, ever since that Roll Java business came out, I ain't want a thing.
Mhm.
You know what, David? This is Roll Java, just so that you know, because I don't know what role coffee plays in pregnancy, because we have our Roll Java coffee business, right? And people can win free coffee. David has one coffee. It just hasn't gotten to his house yet. Go ahead and explain to us what Corey is saying, because Gail is sharing your Bradley Method. We do have your certificate right here on the screen, so that way if people want to make sure you're official, go ahead and answer Corey's question, which is
basically, how do you inform parents and educate parents about what their rights are and what they should know about the use of tools like forceps in the delivery process?
So this is a discussion that takes up weeks in my class, right? So I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Understanding the process of natural labor and what to expect from your body and how it's normal and natural and how you can mitigate that discomfort is one step, okay? Because that helps remove our fear. Staying healthy and low risk in pregnancy allows us to have the most amount of birth choices during our labor. If we develop something like high blood pressure or severe high blood pressure, which is called toxemia, preeclampsia, if we develop those, or gestational diabetes, or we have preterm labor, or the water breaks before labor starts, low birth weight ladies, things like this, then interventions usually are suggested. Now, of course, we always have the right and the option to deny and turn down any intervention. Just real quick, I want you to think about some people, they do not believe in blood transfusions, okay? And even though their doctor might say, hey, you're gonna die, this is needed, this is my expertise, you need to get this blood transfusion. Some people have a religious objection to that. And it is their right and their choice to be presented with the truth, the facts, the risk, the benefit, and then to be able to make the final decision in the end with no pressure, no coercion, and nobody treating them poorly because of their personal beliefs. And it's the same thing in birth. People have got to understand that they can deny and reject any of the services they don't feel comfortable with. Now, staying healthy and low risk in pregnancy is one of the keys to natural childbirth. The other two aspects are relaxation and having a great partner or coach. Okay. So
that's why you train the dads. I see here on your Facebook page, you talked about classes a moment ago, but also you do have these classes so that people have a partner with them, whether it's the dad, whether it's whoever. So continue with that. I'm just showing a few pictures while you explain that.
Yes, absolutely. So the partner coach birth can be a husband, can be the father of the baby, can be a friend or a sister or a mother. Anybody can come with people to the class and learn. We do encourage the fathers of the babies to be an active participant in pregnancy and the labor process because they help get the babies in, they need to help get the babies out, okay? And when we see couples working together in pregnancy to plan for their birth, then they work as a team much better during the labor process, right? They have practiced relaxation, they practice massage, they practice all these comfort measures, and you can see these families bloom. Their bonding increases, and these dads feel so important, and they are important. They are an essential part of the birth process, okay? And some of the same techniques that did get the baby in there are actually some techniques that help reduce pain in labor. And yes,
hold on, wait, stop.
I'm gonna put this one out there, Sheé Lee.
Okay, some of the same techniques that got them into this position helped them to what?
Sheé Lee, there's an exact quote of what Lakita said when she was in labor the first time. Because they have the dad, put the mom's leg on the shoulder and push back when she's going to push and have a contraction. So I guess I was looking really tense and nervous or whatever.
Now be careful because Adrian Nash is in the yard listening, Corey. Adrian, put in hashtag the home team.
Laquita's like, they're trying to breathe through the contraction. She said,
Healthy G-Mom knows where this is going.
She said, you all right, Corey? I said, I'm fine. I said, how about you? She said, yeah, I'm doing good. She said, but if you just moved a little to the left, this would be how you got here in the first place. I said, and the nurse was over there about to die, and I'm sitting there like, cracking jokes.
Healthy G Mom is cracking up. Yoga with Goga is laughing, and Gail at Night says, "Oh well, she ain't lying. It's the truth." Thank you, Gail at Night, for dropping the link so people know where to find Sheé. Go ahead, Sheé.
Childbirth, labor itself is about hormones. Okay, oxytocin is the love hormone. It is produced during labor. It is produced during breastfeeding, and it is produced during lovemaking. And when you have that in strong amounts during your labor, you also have a reduction of pain sensation. And
good. You know what? David Hunt is always up for that. He's up for that kind of thing. You know what? Go ahead.
There is such thing as ecstatic birth and orgasmic birth. And though we don't have time to go into it today, it is a new aspect of my classes that I have been teaching. And, it might sound outrageous, but even just simple affection and kissing and making out a little can actually help progress labor and lessen pain and discomfort.
Alexis Curtin is like, amen. And David Hunt loves in need of love today. # don't delay. David, make sure you # the home team. Let's officially start this show because I have come in with my Food for Life, in honor of you, Sheé Lee. Of course, I know we got to talk about the benefits of food. I got my Food for Life apron on because I'm a certified Food for Life instructor. I had to try to compete. Like I said, you have so many letters behind your name and it's good. And with you talking, the knowledge is there. We know it to be true. So we're going to get into our first place pony, which means that in order to do that, we got to take a quick break just to officially open the show. So that way everybody's ready to go and, we can get everybody to calm down.
All right. So Sheé, we're going to put you back in the green room. You can enjoy some virtual vino, some computer chips, and some software salsa if you can get it out of the metaverse.
All right. So say let's go.
Let's go.
No, you too, Corey. Let's go. Let's start the show.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ready? You got to give me more lead in that. Here we go. Let's go. Let's start the show with our real talk within topic design intro.
All right. Let's go.
It's another episode of A Blind Guy.
His wife.
Corey, the blind guy.
I'm his wife, Laquita Marie.
Together we let you into our life live, and this is very appropriate every hump day. Bang, bang to Friday. We're talking about natural childbirth here today.
No, say no to drugs. I did it 3 times. My Renaissance grandma did it once. That was enough for her. But our guest today is Rock That Birth. So she has so many different tidbits. Y'all ask your questions. We've got answers. Let's say, for example, if you're David Hunt and you already have a question, we've got a doula here with the answers because he wants to know, is there a special diet that you can have during the birthing process? We're definitely going to start that to ask our doula. She's the professional. She has classes that she offers. And Latoya, hey, welcome. She says, you're so knowledgeable. Tell them all this goodness. I am ready to go. Now, I hope you're talking about me, but I know you're talking about our guest. So thank you for that compliment for her today.
And stick and stay because our guest has a great giveaway that she's going to give. She's going to give a consultation or a discount to her class, one of her classes. So stick and stay for the second drawing because you're going to get something fantastic.
Now, for the first drawing, for Rock That Birth, yes, for the first drawing, we are giving away coffee. But if you don't win, you definitely will win. You can always go to rolljava.com. So that way you can use the discount code Corey is 25. We've gone from Corey's birthday, December 23rd, to my birthday yesterday, January 18th. So this is our birthday week. We are still giving away Roll Java blends delivered straight to your door. There's free shipping in the US. So how do we get her back in here so that way we can talk to Sheé from Rock That Birth?
To bring SheéLee back in so we can do our first place pony drawing. So don't forget out there in our viewing audience, # the home team so you can be entered in the first place pony drawing.
Got it. Welcome back, SheéLee.
Thanks, guys. Happy birthday week to both of you.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you. I appreciate it. And you know what? People are watching from everywhere. Healthy G Mom is by the airport. The reception is bad. We know she's out there on the West Coast. We do appreciate you for watching. Let's jump right into David Hunt's question while we get into the
first place pony.
First place pony. Wait, I gotta say this. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. I appreciate it. My Renaissance grandma is one of those healthy people too. When I tell you she has products on Etsy, She has a store there where she sells spices and seasonings. She has her own garden, so she shows you how to do so many things. She's kind of like you, just an older version and older and wiser. So answer this question from David Hunt, please. Is there a special diet that you can have during the birthing process? Like, what are your recommendations? And
we asked this question because, of course, Dr. Michael Greger from nutritionfacts.org, he recommends eating things like cacao and spinach, green leafy vegetables. That's going to help promote circulation for reproductive health so you can get to the pregnancy. But he also recommends, like, maybe 3 or 4 weeks out, you start eating and consuming more fruits like dates. He says dates has a good fruit to eat to shorten the length of childbirth or the delivery process. So those facts are out there. But Sheé Lee, from your experience, what is it that people can
No. From Kachana Nolette, in her words, yes, Sheé Lee, tell them all the lovely secrets, because guys, she is amazing, according to Kachana.
So let us know what people can do. Like David said, what diet they can have during the delivery process, the birthing process.
So in order to have an excellent experience during childbirth, it starts in pregnancy, right? And it's just similar to your garden. If you fill your garden with a bunch of trash, you're not going to grow very good vegetables. Now, I spend a lot of time talking about nutrition in my classes because it's so important. Let me just say this. Ladies, you are growing a human person inside of you, right? You are growing the brain, the eyes, the organs, the blood, and every single thing that goes into your mouth affects the baby in one way or another in the cell development. It is so important that we have excellent nutrition during our pregnancy. Are we going to be perfect every single day? No. Are we allowed to have treats? Absolutely. But in really essential parts of a healthy pregnancy diet, like the certification you have from Dr. Greger and his teachings, and I follow Dr. Brewer pregnancy diet, focuses on having enough calories. Most pregnant women are not eating enough calories. Pregnant ladies need about 25 to 3,500 calories a day. And you really don't have to worry too much about the weight that's gained if you're eating very healthy foods. That weight will typically come off. If you're eating McDonald's to get those calories, not only are you poisoning your baby, but you're gonna have a hard time losing that weight after you have that baby, okay? So we focus on vegetables and fruits and definitely getting the right amount at every serving and high.
So wait a second. I do need to interject here because you're saying we focus on, but we do have one of your websites in the description that talks about, from Rock That Birth, your website here, the Bradley Method that you follow. You have all these different classes. So in order for us to hear you talk about this, we can find you, but wherever we are, we can get this type of coaching on nutrition, in-depth training, body conditioning, proven relaxation, and all of that, because we can get that anywhere because you are not just in person, but you're also virtual, right?
Right, absolutely. And I have a long 10-week class that teaches everything from start to finish, including nutrition, all the way down to newborn care and breastfeeding. And then I can teach these individually and as consults, and yes, virtually, absolutely.
Nice. Now, I don't want to interrupt too much, but I do want to make this point because Alexis Curtin is bringing all the good stuff. All the mamas and daddies, take note. Knowledge is power. Sign up for Bradley Sheé Lee. All Bradley with Sheé Lee. All of her knowledge has empowered not just me, but my husband as well. Get all the tools in your tool belt. Now I'm gonna add to her comment. Y'all, you can help your husband know what you know. Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna leave that alone. And we knew what you meant. Thanks for putting all the answers in there, because she says a doula and childbirth educator, because she fixed it later. A doula and childbirth educator are invaluable players on your birth team. So she's singing your praises and you're giving it to us. So I'm sorry, finish telling us about the food because I love food.
That's okay. We are recommending through the Brewer pregnancy plan 80 to 120 grams of protein a day. And that can come through meat or non-meat sources. It doesn't matter, whatever floats your boat. And we see that when women are eating enough calories, getting a well-balanced meat, well-balanced nutrition, including their fruits and vegetables and their whole grains, not their refined grains, not that packaged cereal and bread and stuff. We're talking about like whole grain rice and, things like that. Oats. We're seeing that their babies are being carried to term or a little bit later. The babies are larger in weight and healthier, stronger, that they are eliminating things like preeclampsia, low blood volume, high blood volume, all of the things that can cause issues and remove some of your choices. When this happens, women feel better. It's common for women to complain about pregnancy. They're tired, they have swelling, they have aches and pains, but this is usually because of nutrition deficiencies. So we see that when women are eating a lot of protein and calories and fruits and veggies, drinking enough water.
Wait a minute, did you say fruits and vegetables every spread? Does that mean every single meal or just at breakfast? Because we have this webinar coming up. And it's all about getting people on board with fruits and vegetables every spread. This way, if they have that question, like David Hunt had about, okay, is there a special diet, which is why you're addressing this, then, we have an answer for them. So are you saying, yes, fruits and vegetables? Because like you said, make sure you get enough protein. That definitely makes a difference. How important are fruits and vegetables?
We say fruits and vegetables and protein in every meal, which is 3 meals a day. And we recommend also snacks in between. Now, your meals don't have to be very large. Pregnant people have a squished stomach and squished intestines, and they can get full fast. But with 3 meals and 3 snacks a day, you will be bringing in the right amount of calories that your body and your baby need to function and grow properly. And women will eliminate this excess fatigue and also swelling that can sometimes come along with pregnancy that are just signs of nutritional deficiencies. And then we take it all the way through labor. Like Corey wanted to know, what about specifically for labor? So labor is an athletic event, okay? This concept.
Wait, I can speak to this because I've done it 3 times, and Yoga with Goga is saying insightful ideas on diet. I know we're getting to First Place Pony right after you make this comment about labor being an athletic event. So yeah, get these ponies into the gate. Tell us how athletic labor is and what you do as a doula to get those moms ready. And while you talk about that, I'm going to just show some pictures of you in action. So tell us, go ahead.
Okay. Well, in labor, we want laboring women to eat and drink in labor as their body dictates. You're losing a lot of fluids through sweating because you are probably moving. And when you get to the pushing stage, it's a lot, can be a lot of work. And so we want to replenish and rehydrate. The American College of Anesthesiologists said in 2017, this concept of banning women from eating and drinking during labor is archaic. It's not beneficial for moms and babies. And we're just waiting on hospitals to catch up with their slowness and get on board with what the evidence tells us. Now, thankfully, Bradley Method has been teaching eating and drinking in labor for, 50 or more years. And so that is a good thing. You need to sustain your energy. And when women get to a point in labor where they're not hungry, because that does happen, that's a normal part of labor, then we encourage them to alternate between juice and water and to always have honey on hand. And that is a very important doula trick, a tool that you can have in your bag, because you can have a couple spoonfuls of honey and it will boost your energy levels naturally. Absolutely.
Wow, because you know what? The everyday life of an OCD chick is in here. She has a couple of kids. She knows about this childbirth thing, right? And so she's been there where, I don't know if she said no to drugs like me, or if she was like, look, I got to get what I have to get to make it through this situation. Because like you said, as a doula, you support whatever is going to support the mother and a successful birth. So go ahead, Corey.
I got a question that TWP Popcorn would probably like to answer to.
He was first in the chat, so we're going to see who gets first place bragging rights with First Place Pony.
Understanding the whole thing about legality, but when you choose to have a natural childbirth, especially do it at home, is there a role for any natural medications such as cannabis?
Wait, we're supposed to answer that after Place Pony. We can't get her into, we just say no to drugs. Now we got people eating. She already said they can eat during childbirth, which, Nikki, I don't know if they let you eat, but they weren't letting me. They were saying no, and they didn't, definitely not to honey. Now you got her with us doing edibles. Okay, let's go into First Place Pony.
I just know that's a question that people bring up a lot when they talk about pain management for childbirth. So there are a lot of cultures that do that. So I just want to get her insight from it. That's all. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go for the First Place Pony, and we'll share that answer right after. So this means that TWP Popcorn was the first person in the chat. Everybody else that has put in hashtag First Place Pony. So Alexis, if you haven't put it in, Yoga with Goga, do it. Oh, you know what?
The Everyday Life of an OCD chick says, I said yes. I didn't like the whole having to lay down in bed part. I felt better when I was able to stand up and walk, but I was forced to lay down in bed. You know, I used a doula the first time, and Nikki says she didn't eat. I did say no to drugs just because the first birth, I said no, it was 4 hours, and each other birth, it worked out that way as well. David Hunt has put in hashtag the home team. So let's go for it.
All right, so SheéLee, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the horse race announcement. When I say bring, when I make that gate bell sound, bring, you're going to say, and they're off. Okay, SheéLee?
Okay.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another run of the Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life Live. First place pony derby. All the jockeys are mounted and behind the gates. SheéLee, what do people, women like Laquita and other women that have been into labor say to that
Renaissance grandma.
say to that hospital gown when it's time to go into labor? Bring!
And they're off.
All right, we got Danique Anthony, my Renaissance grandma. Bravo with SheéLee, ladies, let's chat. The Everyday Life of an OCD chick, David Hunt, TWP popcorn. Bravo with SheéLee, Danique Anthony, TWP popcorn, my Renaissance grandma. Just was talking short. Every single time we announce the winner, we start to glitch, but y'all saw it for yourselves. David Hunt has won the first place pony. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe to SheéLee Rock, check out all of her information, and refer her to other people because they can access her services remotely. That means David Hunt has seen 2 births. He can connect with SheéLee and see many more.
And Gail.
Hold on, wait.
I am on Instagram and Facebook as well. I have business pages, both Instagram and Facebook. I think those links are somewhere, hopefully.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes. I know we have shared your Facebook links in there, and we can definitely add your Instagram as well because David Hunt is excited. He says, finally, oh Lord, I thought I was going to have to go into labor to win my roll job.
And Gail, can you type David Hunt's favorite word when everybody else wins?
Oh my goodness. Alexis Curtin almost made it there, but my Renaissance grandma is congratulating him. SheéLee, before we take a quick coffee break, can you tell us the answer, that cannabis answer? What was your answer?
Oh, the question was, I know there's a lot of legal issues, but there are cultures around the world that people say, well, they use cannabis as part of the labor and delivery process. Is there a role for that? What is your experience with that?
This is a really hot topic, and it's sort of a loaded question. So, just a couple things, just a couple tidbits. Most midwives in the United States feel that ingesting cannabis may not provide the exact type of pain relief that women are going to be aiming for in labor. However, if it acts as a pain relief for you in general anyway, and you have good results from that, and it acts as an anti-anxiety and can help with nerves, then it could be something that some people might want to try. Other people, they get paranoid and they don't feel a reduction in pain. They have an increase in pain when they ingest or partake of cannabis. So it really probably depends on the person and the amount. We do know that, drugs are addictive, and so we want to be careful with our choices regarding our babies. But yes, this is a method, that has been used for many years, especially in other areas around the world. I do want to put this out there that if women are birthing in a hospital and they have ingested something that might affect their decision-making skills, that may be something that is needs to be taken into consideration, really wherever you birth, but especially in a hospital, because you kind of need to be on your toes, watching and making sure that nobody is violating your rights, making sure that you are getting what you asked for and that you're on the path that you chose. And some may find it hard to do if they're, experiencing, the effects of cannabis.
Yeah, and I know that's something that you help with. Advocacy is huge for you because let's say like Love and Live show, right? She's in here, Queen Lenora and favorite nephew Elijah. She's really big on advocacy, right? She believes in speaking up. Everybody doesn't know that. And so you continue to say in this interview today that as a doula, you know that everyone should should know all of their options, and that they should be able to exercise their rights. But the nice thing is that with all of the services that you offer, that's something that you do as well. You help educate people and you help with advocacy. So we do appreciate that.
But Sheé, we're going to let you take a brief coffee break. We're going to put you back into the green room where you can actually enjoy some computerized coffee in your cup. And we'll bring you back after we take our
We have a
coffee
second
break.
giveaway that involves you. So everybody that's here, stick and stay. So Love and Live Show, you might win the second giveaway with SheéLee. You ready for that, SheéLee?
Awesome. That sounds good. Thank you.
All right. All right. So y'all, SheéLee is going to be standing on her head. If y'all choose that, that's going to be the giveaway. Y'all choose if SheéLee stands on her head, but not before the coffee break, because we got to thank our sponsors and the people that make this happen.
Hey, if you want to be down with the Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life home team, there's several ways to plug in. First, you can always join us this Sunday at 8 p.m. for our free webinar. It's all about the Phase 100. We're going to be introducing you to some great guest speakers with some inspirational stories, have some fun giveaways, all while helping you to get your faves in so that you can achieve an easy way to achieve 100 points in fruits and vegetables every spread so that you can have optimal health and wellness.
So thank you, Gail, for putting that link in the webinar for the webinar. Please, y'all, join us so that we can be a faves. You can learn how to be a Faves 100 hero.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Absolutely. How else can they plug in?
Go to blindguyswife.com, and when you get there, then you can always do what I like to say is click the green coffee cup. So she can say,
"What you doing?"
I can say, "Girl, you know what I'm doing. This is why we in labor delivery right now. Because I started like coffee."
Yes. So basically, the other way that you can do it is definitely deepen your relationship with blindguyhiswife.com. And how do you do that? You definitely can become a sponsor. So at this time, we are going to thank our sponsors.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by promotional considerations paid for by the following unmuted sponsors. Supreme sponsors, David and Christine Brooks. Supreme sponsor, Dr. Linda Bailey Hayden of Elizabeth City State University.
Supreme sponsor, Norfolk Public Libraries. Supreme sponsor, JBWR. Check out his YouTube channel. Supreme sponsor, Ruby Grandison. Wishlist sponsor, Tasha Oshie Groves. Check out her YouTube channel. Wishlist sponsor, Sharon Marie Watson. Check out her YouTube channel. Wishlist sponsor, JBWR. Check out his YouTube channel. You or your company can become a sponsor. Visit blindguyhiswife.com.
All right, y'all,
All
we
right.
are back and we are ready to bring our guest back in to finish up the show. We are just about 15 minutes from the top of the hour, and we'll be saying goodbye to you for now, but not before we get into more good stuff.
So thank you for joining us on this episode of The Blind Guy.
His Wife.
Their Life Live here for you every Wednesday.
Thursday.
Friday at
11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
changing your narrative of normal about health
Business.
and wealth with fabulous resources and great guests like our guest today.
Introduce her.
Today's guest is a hero in her own right.
Ooh, is she a faves hero?
She is a faves hero, but she's also a hero to husbands and wives and partners around the globe because she helps them to have healthy children. She is a rock. She's more of a rock than Dwayne Johnson himself. She is more of a rock than the logo for Prudential Insurance. She is more of a rock. She is more of a rock than the car commercial that uses that song. She is more.
Oh wait, that wasn't the right song. Like a rock, that's not Prudential.
Nope.
Oh.
Get a piece of the rock. She is more of a rock than Stone Mountain, Mount Everest, and the Great Rocky Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains all combined. It's time for today's special guest. She is a rock that's better than a 5-carat diamond on an engagement ring. It's time for SheéLee, a rock that birds.
All right. All right, we're gonna bring her into this music.
She will rock that bird.
Wait. Why is Gail at Night saying the Titanic rock? All right. So let's see if SheéLee is ready to come in, because I actually think SheéLee went on a coffee break. Let's just double check to be sure. Yep. SheéLee is on a coffee break. Wait, I think we could hear her, but we just couldn't see her.
I'm ready. I got my rock muscles going.
Hey, SheéLee, for some reason your camera is off, and we want to see you because you're looking beautiful. The makeup is good.
But mine says I'm in the show. Everyone can see and hear me.
I know, but do you see yourself on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so let's try this. Does anybody else see SheéLee? Because it might be our system. The everyday life of an OCD is shit. You know, we've had the technicians over here fixing things, and it's still janky. So if y'all can see her, I think I just saw her pop in. Oh no.
I turned it off and back on. Did that work?
No. Oh, Love and Live Show says, okay, Corey, the best introduction here. Oh, you know what? So they don't see you. So try this. Try going completely out, because Love and Live Show doesn't see you. My Renaissance grandma says she's invisible. And yep, even Sean was like, dang, can't see her again yet. David Hunt, no. And even Kashana, thanks so much. Nope, not visible here. Look, y'all, let me tell y'all something. For us, we have the jankiest system, and we have had technicians coming in to fix it, but no problem. We've got SheéLee Rock That Birth here live and in person. So let's bring her back in right now. Hey there, SheéLee.
Hi. Can you
All
see
right.
me?
Yes, so this is good. So
Great.
let's get right into the next question, because David Hunt was saying no, and my Renaissance grandma was saying you're invisible, but we can see you now. That means they can see you now. So here's the thing. We're trying to figure out, okay, what are the benefits of doulas? How can we become a doula? Because I know that Shady Gillum is saying, hey girl, like she's excited. She can see you now. You're on screen, so that's good. Gail at Night is dropping all of your links because, again, you have all of the credentials behind your name. We've got them scrolling right there at the bottom of the screen. There's a particular resource that you refer people to. You say that it's called
BirthWorks International. That's a platform that you have mentioned for people that want to get trained and certified as doulas and childbirth educators. You've also mentioned the Bradley Method. So tell everybody how, if they have someone that's interested in becoming a doula or a childbirth educator, or if they are looking for a childbirth educator and a doula, tell them about these resources.
Okay, great. So there's a ton of certifying agencies out there. And so if you're interested in getting into birth work, I do suggest that you just do a search and look at the different methods that are training doulas and or childbirth educators. You can be one or the other or both. Okay. And you're going to want to find a philosophy and a method that matches with your philosophy and your belief system, because then you're going to feel more passionately about that training and be more motivated to get your coursework done. So I did train through the Bradley Method. I've taken additional training with BirthWorks and Spinning Babies, and there's so many different certifying organizations out there. DONA is a popular one that most people have heard of before. And to find a doula, it would be similar. You can look for, doulas in my area, and you can type in your city. You could look for natural childbirth classes, natural childbirth doulas. Doulas, again, do help people with all different types of labor. I think what's really important also is when you are searching for a childbirth education course, you want to take an independent class. Hospitals do offer classes, and they basically tell you where you come in if it's nighttime, how to get along with your nurses, how to best listen to your doctor, and when you can get the drugs and when you can't get the drug. And this information might be important, okay? It might be good to know, but an independent childbirth class is going to tell you about all of the risks and benefits and how you can navigate those systems and how you can stand up for yourself and say no to the things that you don't feel are medically necessary. And there are ways to decide whether things are medically necessary or not, because unfortunately, in the medical system, especially in the United States, but mostly around the world now, things are not always suggested out of evidence and science. They are suggested out of routine, convenience, and monetary reasons. Policies and protocols are often, dictated by insurance. So we need to be aware that the things that might be told to us might not be best for our babies, like lay in the bed in labor. The poor woman, I think it was OCD mama.
Yep, OCD is chick, the everyday life of You chick. She
Yes.
said that.
She
You
said
know,
they told her to stay in the bed. That is the most painful way. And then we wonder, well, why are these women getting drugs? Well, because people say stay in the bed. You have to stay in the bed. You absolutely do not have to stay in the bed. You assert your rights, and you have a partner that understands your rights and a doula who can help you do that too.
So-
SheéLee.
stay in the bed.
No, SheéLee, we're not in the living room talking to the doctor. And she was going in like, you have the right to remain unsilent about your natural childbirth. I was like, good.
Look, we told y'all that Melissa Jane, listen, yes, it's a good day.
The right Reverend SheéLee was preaching right there.
Yes, and Well Talk Production, look, we told y'all that SheéLee is the one who can advocate for you. Of course, she has classes. She does recommend birthworks.org. So we did drop that in the link. And my Renaissance grandma says they made me walk constantly. So for her, she had a good experience where she did not have to lay in the bed. And I know that if we connect with you, you offer all of these different classes in the Bradley Method, because like you said, we can choose a method that works for us. And Shady is saying, am I saying her name right?
Shady.
Yep, Shady is saying, yes, she is. Like, you are on that. You are advocating for us. So here's the thing, right? We're coming down to the top of the hour. We got to wrap this up, but we do want to hear about the giveaway, because we want people to start putting it hashtag
rock that birth.
And y'all don't have to put the exclamation mark behind it when you put it in. That way we'll just know everybody has it the same. But put it in hashtag rock that birth. David Hunt won the first giveaway. He won coffee. For the second giveaway,
SheéLee is going to give away a free 20-minute consultation about childbirth education, or she's going to give a $100 discount on which of your services, SheéLee?
Well, $100 discount on my full class. Okay, so $100 off the 10-week class, or we can do a 25-minute consultation on breastfeeding, on planning for your postpartum, on pregnancy nutrition, any of the topics that are important to you. You can just pick my brain if you want for those 25 minutes, and we will offer that to you guys free today to the winner.
The winner. And this is amazing. David Hunt has already put it in. And of course, y'all check out all the resources, because like we told you, all of these different services, I know the screen is small, but I've read some of them, and she's been showing you on nutrition, breastfeeding, physical and emotional aspects of labor, proven relaxation techniques. Y'all heard her talking about the honey, emergency birthing situations. She does all of that. And look, Well Talk Productions is saying, men, give this to the ladies. Now, speaking of questions, because Well Talk Productions, it has a definitely an informative channel where he talks about, different types of time wealth. But what we want to know for the men, because Well Talk is talking about, give this to the ladies, men. David says, are there male doulas out there?
And SheéLee, you ought to laugh at this because I asked you that the other day.
Yes. Thank you, Alexis, for putting in hashtag rock that birth.
There are male doulas. This is a strongly woman-dominated field, but I have heard from time to time of there being male doulas or male midwives, male mid-husbands. I don't think they're very common, though.
All right. Okay. Cool. We just wanted to be sure, because, David definitely had that question, and Nikki had it too. The everyday life of an OCD chick. That's something that a lot of us wonder. Go ahead, SheéLee.
There are male childbirth educators who teach with their partners. So especially in the Bradley Method, because the Bradley Method has always been partner coach childbirth, there are husband and wife teams that teach Bradley Method classes. And when I went to my training, Sean actually came with me, and he sat all the way through the training. So he did not finish the coursework in order to become certified, but he is a trained Bradley educator and doula himself.
Got it. And you know what? I always mess up Wally's channel. Y'all just head over to Well Talk Productions and hear it for yourself, because he says he talks about different types of wealth concepts. So I appreciate your clarification there. And you know what? David Hunt says, why are you trying not to laugh when we asked about the men doulas? So go ahead, Corey. I know you wanted to mention something else about the dads as well.
No, she kind of summed it up. I was going to say that basically the men, if they take the course with their wives or their partners, as they prepare for their children to be born, they are essentially learning to be doulas for their partners. So that makes them a male doula at that point. They might not be certified, but they've learned some of the techniques to help manage that labor and delivery process. And like I said, so that's the cool thing about SheéLee's courses. So if you know some expectant couples, definitely recommend them to rock that birth.
Right, because as y'all see in this photo here, there's men and women on the floor, and these women are the pregnant ones, right?
Right.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the men. It's the men, definitely.
She knew what I meant. And look, there she is. Were you doulas for these two babies here?
Well, after the
Or
childbirth class,
those just baby
ends,
friends?
once everybody in class has had their babies, we try to have a reunion where they come back, they show off their babies, and they talk about their birth stories, good, bad, ugly. And it's a fun time. So that was one of our reunions. Where you see me holding babies is usually at a reunion. Lots of babies.
Got it. Now, I do have one final question, because first Alexis Curtin is saying men need this just as much, if not more, than the ladies. You got to be ready to advocate for your lady while she's in labor. And, Love and Live shows she's a mom. She's asking the same question I had for the most part. Do women even want male doulas?
I think that most women will feel more comfortable with a female doula.
I did.
Think about when you're sick. Do you normally think about, I want my daddy, or do you think, I wish I had my mommy? I mean, clearly, there's all different kinds of family makeups, but I know when I'm sick, I think about, I wish my mommy was there to take care of me. And it's just that nurturing aspect that women bring to the table. But husbands can play that assistant doula role, or, the trained coach much better than any doula, because he has a vested interest in that woman and her baby, right? There's a love and a care line there, and he's going to do an excellent job because of those reasons.
I love it. And we show you giving those men their certificates. Go ahead, Corey, because we're just about ready for the giveaway.
And it gives the men something to do besides stand there and look stupid, because that's pretty much all I had at that time was like, I'm supposed to push her leg back when she goes to push.
Y'all put in hashtag rock that birth.
Oh, what else do I do besides that? Oh, she doesn't want me to, don't hold hands, because my hands were sweaty, hers were sweaty. Just what else can I do? But to have been armed with that information going in, it might have made the situation a lot less tense for me.
Yeah, our doula was more attentive to me, and we didn't have classes with her beforehand like yours. We did not have intensive training that way. I did a lot of just self-study, but it wasn't necessarily with both Corey and myself. And I think after the first time, he just kind of followed whatever he did the first time.
Yeah, I just got more because even with the advocacy, because our youngest daughter, when she was born, she was like, it's like she couldn't catch her breath. And I said, hey, can she get suction, please? And then the doctor was like, she'll be okay. I said, can she get suction, please? He said, okay, Dad and Mom want suction. And as soon as they suction her, she finally started crying.
Yeah.
And so, just having gone through the process and understanding that,
and I was doing something else.
The queen's busy enough at this point in time.
Right.
So,
right.
I need to speak up and say something if I'm seeing something going wrong. Even if it's something as simple as, can we turn that monitor down, the volume? Because that noise is like annoying her and me. So, because the queen was like, she was like, what's that? What's that mean? Because the boom, boom, boom of the monitor, the echo, what do we call it?
It's the fetal heart tones and the contraction, and it's so loud. They love to turn it up. But yes, that was a great thing for you to advocate for, because we want a quiet and dark environment.
Thank you for that. You know what, y'all? We are ready for the final giveaway. So if you have not put in hashtag rock that birth, we only have a couple of entries, and we have people watching, but they're not typing because I know some people are driving. But that means that between David Hunt, he does have a son and a daughter. I don't know who he can give this to, but
Michelle.
They also have friends, his wife, Michelle. His kids are
Surprise,
college.
David.
I know his kids are college age. I don't know if he wants that, but if you have not put in hashtag rock that birth, please do so. We're going to go ahead and ask you a question, real quick question, because Love and Live Show has put it in. She's in the running. Real quick question. How many fruits and vegetables have you had so far today? Because that's our last question for you. Or which fruits and vegetables have you had today? We're trying to get our Faves 100 heroes. Yep, that's your question.
Unfortunately, I did not have any fruits or vegetables yet, but I assure you, I will have plenty before the day is over. I'm going to have some as soon as I am finished with this. I'm going to eat lunch and be able to have plenty of fruits and vegetables. I've got mango and green apples. I've got oranges here, and I've got avocado. So lots of healthy, yummy things. Carrots.
Okay, so the way Faves 100 works is you said mango. Do you know which ones you're going to have for sure?
I'm probably going to have some avocado and some green apples.
Okay, that's 5 points each. So that's 10 points. towards your 100 points. That's the goal. That's the whole point of Faves 100, fruits and vegetables every day. We just want people to try to get to 100 points. So right there in that meal, you've gotten 10 points. So let's head on into the final giveaway. What are they going to win, Corey?
They're going to win either $100 discount on SheéLee's full 10-week natural childbirth class, or they're gonna
and there's other classes she said too. They can have a consultation. They can just pick her brain.
So that's the free one is the 25-minute consultation.
Oh yes.
Where you can talk about a number of topics and pick her brain about what they can expect and what they can do to have a nice, healthy, natural childbirth. So SheéLee, I'm gonna give you 2 or 3 counts of a rhythm, and then you're gonna say, after I say we will, you're gonna say rock that birth, okay?
Okay.
All right. Or the other option is they can get $100 off one of her courses, right?
Right.
The free consultation or $100 off. Y'all, great value that you might win for free.
And you might be able to gift it to somebody that's expecting.
Oh, yes, because she's virtual too.
Right, because they don't have to be live in person to take these courses. So here we go.
Wait, because David already is saying, I'm going to donate my time when I win. He's claiming it. Go for it, Corey.
We will.
Rock that birth.
All right, David Hunt, Love and Live Show. Alexis Curtin, David Hunt, Love and Live Show. David Curtin, David Hunt. Oh wait, I messed that up. David Hunt, Alexis Curtin, Love and Live Show. David Hunt, Love and Live Show. Alexis Curtin, Love and Live Show. David, what?
How do you win again? Congratulations, David.
Double win.
So David, now when Michelle is ready to have that 3rd child that she's going to have very soon, then you can go ahead and use these courses to get yourself ready for it.
Absolutely.
Surprise, David. No,
all right. Well, SheéLee, this has been a pleasure. Yes, congratulations to David Hunt on another win. He said he would win, and he did. And so at this point, Love and Live Show is just congratulating him, right? We're going to say goodbye to you right now.
Just hang out in the virtual green room. We'll talk to you after this broadcast is over. So just hang right there, and we'll bring you back into the studio to chat post-production. And right now, we're going to get any last words before you put you back before we go our plant-based treat.
Any last words from you?
Oh, on plant-based treats?
No, just any last words before.
Okay. Yes, get educated, have an excellent support team, and eat well for your babies and stand up for your rights. You will have a good experience, even if it's not perfect. It will still be good. You'll feel satisfied if you make those decisions out of your own conscience and your own choices and not because you're being pressured. Get that support you need. Thank you, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you as well. Hang out in the green room. We will see you soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye. You know what, Corey? Love and Live Show gets to donate. She gets to claim that prize. The David Hunt was like, not me. So yes, she's saying thank you. Y'all, you know we want you to get your fruits and vegetables every day, not because we're fruit hoodlums.
Not vigilantes, plate popo, or summertime security guards. We are just plate advisors and telling you to get your phase 100, the easy way to get 100 points for fruits and vegetables every spread for optimal health and well-being. So today we're going to have what we want you to do is watch the video, and we're going to talk about how many points you earn for eating one of these phase 100.
So y'all, after this plant-based treat, you can tell us how many points you would have gotten if you cooked this meal. Here we go.
24 carrot pancakes. Yum. Peel, slice, and chop 3 carrots into 24 chunks.
Carrots are low in calories and sugar and high in fiber. Fiber reduces blood sugar and cholesterol levels. They also have carotenoids or cancer-fighting antioxidants.
Boil until very soft. Let's start the pancakes.
I'll go ahead and add a banana, about a 1/4 cup of sugar. I've got my vanilla extract.
Mash or stir to blend it up.
Bananas are full of fiber, potassium, folate, and heart-healthy vitamin C, which is an antioxidant. Also full of tryptophan, which may help preserve your memory, boost learning and remembering, and regulate your mood. A tablespoon of baking powder. You're just going to add yogurt. Coconut yogurt is non-dairy, easy to digest, and full of probiotics. It's also low in sugar and full of antioxidants. This has foamed right up very quickly. Almond milk that I'm going to pour about a cup. It's going to be about 10 ounces that I add, and then I'm just going to squeeze some lemon in. Lemons are good for dental health. It helps toothaches and prevents gingivitis. Also, its anti-inflammatory properties help fight respiratory tract infections, sore throat, and inflammation of the tonsils. Putting everything in. We've got our craisins. Craisins lower the risk of urinary tract infection, prevent certain cancers, and they help your immune system. Flour.
Mix the flour and the baking powder into the batter.
Start to add the milk.
Stir in the buttermilk.
Add a little bit of butter.
Cook 2 to 3 minutes on each side. When I first tried these, I didn't even know they were made out of carrots. They were really good. Compared to the sweet potatoes, these were better. They were sweeter.
All right, LaQuita Marie, what is our viewing audience and our home team saying today?
All right, so we're going to answer this question on our way out. Do you all know how many faves points for those 24-karat pancakes? Of course, it's been a pleasure having Sheé Lee here today, but in those pancakes, how many whole foods were there?
We had carrots.
1. Okay, that's 5 points.
Bananas.
Another 5 points.
Craisins or cranberries.
Raisins, 15 points from whole fruits and vegetables in those pancakes. Typically, when you eat pancakes, you don't have any fruits and vegetables already embedded in them. And Love and Live show is saying, looks delicious. Pancakes are good. Absolutely. Especially when you create faves pancakes. Thank you so much to Everyday Life of an OCD chick. Nikki says, great recipe. How do we say goodbye, Corey? You got to cipher us out.
Oh, okay. Got to do a cipher. All right. Here we go. Today we were talking about buns in the oven, how you can be a helpful husband in the labor and delivery room. That's what you can do. Be a husband coach to your partner too. Make sure you have a healthy, natural process bringing a child to earth. You can do it by rocking with Rock That Birth. Deuces.
Deuces.
Deuces, yeah.